Sul Simmers, my name is Darth Jeswick and welcome back to my channel. Today we're building a tiny home on the Crick Cabana lot in Willow Creek. It's going to be like a tiny version of the houses that are near it, only I'm using as many packs as I need to for this. I'm going to use a lot of tiny home, a little bit of Strangerville for the windows and doors, just because I like it, and also the fence because Strangerville actually has some pretty good build buy stuff. This is a Tier 1 32 tile tiny home. It is the most tiles that you could use before moving up to the Tier 2 tiny homes. I wanted to give us as much walking space as possible, so I wanted to have a slightly bigger home. I probably could have gone smaller if I really wanted to, but then your Sims might have some routing issues, and that's always difficult to deal with. I was going to leave the floor plan kind of open and not worry about putting a door in the bedroom, but I ended up just doing one anyway so that I could have a TV on the wall by the bathroom. In the kitchen, I have a mini fridge as well as the oven from the Dream Home Decorator pack that can slot onto counters. I've never actually used it before because the times that I have tried to use it, it doesn't work. I will test it though and see if it works before I leave this build because I always like to make sure that everything's ready. But when I first had the Dream Home Decorator pack, it wasn't working, and I think they recently patched it or something, so now it works again. Which is great because I really love the color that we have going on here. It's like a light blue, dark blue kind of theme. I don't really remember the color of the house that was here. I want to say it was like a pink or green maybe, but the sim that I have for today is wearing a lot of blue, so I wanted to have his colors kind of matching into the house. I did build this without using the move objects on cheat, just so that I know that your Sims can get to everything, and that's why I couldn't use one of these bunk beds that has a desk underneath of it. With the bathroom door being so close to the other door, I think that's what was causing the problem. So that made it even harder to choose a bed because I was really set on using those Dream Home Decorator ones, but I guess I could just go with this Parenthood one. It looks pretty nice in here, I think. Although I wish the headboard was a little bit shorter, so I'm adding this little lamp from high school years, and I really like this lamp. I don't really use it that often though. It's kind of large. It does have like a little Edison bulb in it though, so that's pretty cool. I'm just adding a few more windows over here because it looked a little dark in here, and I wanted a little bit more natural light just because we don't have a lot of room for lamps. The tile in the kitchen and the bathroom and the wallpaper are both from Parenthood. I have never used this chair from the Industrial Loft Kit in any of my builds, so I thought it would be nice in here. It's got like a nice dark blue swatch that kind of, well, it's not really that dark blue, I guess. It's kind of like a teal color, and it matches the window frames, so I thought that was nice. This house is basically just a tiny blue suburban, and it's all blue inside too. I had a hard time finding out where I wanted to put this trash can. I ended up deleting the sink here and then moving the stovetop over one, and you can just use the bathroom sink. I know that we just got the update where you can set the sinks for where your Sims wash the dishes. I'm sorry. I personally don't like it when Sims are washing their dishes in the bathroom, but most of the time they're going to probably put their plates on the back of the toilet anyway, especially in a tiny home because there's not a lot of surfaces for them to put stuff down on. But, you know, it is what it is. Once you get more money and work up to building a bigger house, then you can get more counters and add a sink back. Or you could add a dishwasher. That would help a lot. I always forget about the dishwashers. Like, I never really use them because your Sims are constantly using them. Anytime there's a dish, they'll like put one dish in there. I also thought about adding a rocking chair to the porch, but it just didn't fit up here with the stairs, so I added a patio table chair from the For Rent pack. I wish this chair was base game because we have a lounge chair version of it in the base game, but not in like our actual gameplay. I want to say this is from the For Rent pack. I also don't have room for a dining room, so I will put a table like outside so your Sims can chat and sit around the table there. It's fall in my game, so it might not be the greatest idea because your Sims could freeze to death, so just make sure they're in their cold weather outfits. I have a hard time sticking to just the base game or just a few packs, so a lot of it's just like one or two random items from every pack or kit. I just feel bad because it's harder for people to download because this game is really expensive. I'm not going to deny that. The only reason I have all the packs is because I'm trying to make content for YouTube. If I didn't, I probably would have waited a long time until they went on sale or came out for free, like a few of the packs that they've been doing. I'm kind of hoping that they'll do the Journey to Batu pack next month. I'm sure they will because I think they did last year. I've been thinking about doing some Journey to Batu builds recently, and I don't know where to build them at unless it's like Strangerville or maybe even Oasis Springs. You can't technically build in the Journey to Batu world. You can with cheats. It's just really difficult to like go there and place them because sometimes things can get messed up. A lot types require a lot of certain things, so I don't want to mess with those. But we're moving on to the landscaping now. I'm using this white picket fence from Strangerville and just making a little front yard here. We don't have a back door, so I figured it would be fine to just make a bigger front yard and scooch the house all the way to the back of the lot. I'm just going to add a few oak trees and these hawthorn trees, as well as a few birch trees in the front yard and around the house just to kind of fill in the space a little bit. I thought it would be fun to take this bike from university and make it look like it's leaning up against the fence in the front yard, and then I added a grill and a patio table so your sim can actually have somewhere to sit down and eat, because I did not have enough space inside, which is fine. We'd have this nice, beautiful little front yard here. And then I'm going to add a bird feeder. I don't really use those that often, so I figured I would start using them more in the front yards. You know, it's something pretty realistic. A lot of people have bird feeders. I'm going to add these low-lying pale flowers underneath most of my trees in the front yard. I'm not going to stick any underneath the maple tree that's over there. It's pretty big. I don't want to take up any more space in the backyard in case you want to expand the house that way. At first I had this bush in the front of the fence. I didn't think it looked good though because I didn't do it on the other side, so I ended up just removing it. And then I filled in the back part of the fence by the porch with these smaller bulb bushes so it looked more complete. Both the house and the tester sim that I used for this build will be on the gallery at Darth_Jeswick if you want to download them. Our tester sim for today is Tyree Frazier. He is jealous, a bro, cheerful, and he has the bodybuilder aspiration. I'm just adding a few more plants to the front yard, some little lavender bushes and the little ferns, and then I'm going to do the terrain paint. But that is just about all for today's speed build. We should be getting to the tour in just a few moments, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button because it really helps out. I try to upload a couple videos a week, so subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Dag dag!